She Did It web series. It's my pleasure to introduce you some of the amazing women that I get a chance to meet and connect with. And today, I'm so excited to present Alexandra to you. We met when she was doing an amazing speech at BOMA, and that's how I discovered her, really. And I basically approached her. She was so welcoming and just willing to share, and I'm just excited to have her here with us. So, Alexandra, welcome again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I'm just going to ask you to kind of share with us who you are. Talk to us.
Yeah, let me give you a little, I never know where to start because as you know, we lead, as particularly as women, we lead complicated lives, right?
That's right.
A lot of facets to it. In terms of my entrepreneurial journey, I was a government employee. We live in Ottawa. I work for the municipal government. And then we had an opportunity to leave Canada and move to New Zealand. And so at that time, the municipality was looking for people to leave. They wanted to downsize. So I'm like, pick me, pick me. So as a result of that, I got a little bit of money.
Okay.
And we moved to New Zealand, and I had no job, nothing. And I couldn't join the public service. I wasn't a Kiwi citizen. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start my own business, but I didn't even have a clue as to what that would be, right? So I started meeting people. It was great. I met this lovely woman who ran a basket business, gift baskets.
Right, like a welcome wagon.
Like a welcome wagon,
okay.
that kind of thing. So she said, Alex, I'm kind of thinking of selling the business. Why don't you come and work, see if you like it, and then we can talk. So I did that. I loved it. It wasn't so much I loved the basket business because I didn't end up going down that road. But I loved the idea of kind of being my own boss.
Yes.
And being able to influence and talk to the customers. And customers saying, we like this, and me being able to provide that. Mm-hmm. So I really made that connect, right?
Yeah.
So kind of fast forward, I didn't end up buying the business. I didn't end up going into the gift basket business because I thought, you know what, I'm kind of saying goodbye to the skills I already have. So I ended up going into consulting. So I ended up consulting to the New Zealand government, which was great because I got to travel all over New Zealand, which was wonderful. And I remember sitting in meetings going, I'm a consultant now. Like quietly, right? Oh my God.
Wow.
But it worked. So came back to Canada a couple of years later. This is the late 90s. And just kept going. One of the things, when you're in your 50s, the way that we were brought up, didn't talk about your accomplishments. I think that's, something that's wonderful about the younger generation coming up is talk about your accomplishments. We were not brought up to talk about our accomplishments, right? It's like, yeah, I did this. Yeah, I did that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more nonchalant.
More nonchalant, just keep your head down, move forward. Now, there's some
Right.
good things about that, but we tend to minimize what it is that we do,
That's right.
right?
Absolutely.
And it's not till you start talking like this where you're like, oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? So, so today I'm the founder and president of my own company called Integral Leadership Design. And I do primarily leadership development coaching.
Okay.
And I have a special niche which is focused on women. Because I think we need more women in the world who are leaders and who are empowered to be leaders as women.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I love it. Absolutely.
So I have a program called Purpose, Passion, and Presence for Women Rising. And I have different offerings around that, but essentially it's a program to enhance your leadership presence, but in a feminine way, in an authentic way, in a powerful way.
That's awesome.
So that's, my latest thing. I
Yes.
love it. I'm excited about it. I really do feel strongly the world needs more women leaders. We do.
Yeah.
We just do.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of my purpose, my mission at this stage in my life is to support other women to make that happen.
Wow.
So that's me.
I love it. I love it. So, how did you get your first clients in consulting? Okay? So, I love the fact that you used your own skills, so what you already had, in order to develop your business, because that's the way to go, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're not blank slates, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you may have been doing a very specific thing, but there are some generic skills that you can pull out of that
That's
and
right.
apply elsewhere.
Yes.
So, before you think about throwing the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak, think about, I'm not a blank slate, I'm really good at X, Y, Z.
That's it.
And what can I do? Taking those skills, leverage those, but pivot them in a way that gets you in the direction that you want to be in. The funny thing is my very first, I'll never forget this, my very first contract, I won't name names, but my very first contract, I was all excited. Somebody said, oh, we heard about you, and we'd like you to come and talk to us about what you can do for us. So great, put on the power suit, off I go, terrified. Pen, book, the whole thing. Anyway, had a great discussion. I said, yeah, I think I can help you. How about I go off, I'll put a little proposal together, and I'll send it to you. Great. So then, I said, what do I charge for this thing? And,
That's right.
all that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I thought, okay, I'm not going to put the money part in. And again, that's something women tend to do, and it's not
Very
a good
true.
thing. But it is what it is, and it was what it was. So I sent her the proposal. She said, oh, the proposal looks great. Come on in and we'll talk about it. So then I thought, okay, now I have to get serious about the money. She's going to ask me, right?
That's right.
So I had a figure in mind, and so I go in and we're talking about the proposal. She's really into it. I'm thinking, oh, this is great. My first, consulting assignment, wonderful. It's actually for a nonprofit, so it, appeals to my social justice values.
Yeah.
Get to the money part, and I don't even know how to have that conversation.
Wow.
So I kind of try and back into it.
Yes.
In a very indirect way. Oh my God. And so then at one point it becomes clear that they have no intention of paying me, that they're thinking this is going to be pro bono.
Right.
So, I'm having the discussion in the back of my head while I'm chatting with her. Women are really good at that, by the way.
That's right.
That whole multitasking in your head. So I'm fine with the pro bono, right? So I don't come out and say that. I said, yeah, da-da-da, and, I said, if there are some little expenses, though, are you willing to cover that? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good.
So that was my first assignment. And, it was scary and exciting at the same time, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. And then, then I thought, okay, I need to figure out how to have the discussion of money.
Yes.
Because I just wasn't used to doing that,
That's right.
And honoring what it is that I'm bringing to the table.
Absolutely.
Again, I think that women tend to undersell themselves.
Yes.
The skills. That's why we need more women leaders, because women leaders recognize what women bring to the table. And often what we bring is minimized. I hate to say it, but often it is.
Wow.
When really there's a lot of talent that goes into what it is that we do.
That's right.
It might be behind the scenes, it might be organizing, it might be about relationship building, which is huge. These are valuable things that make things happen.
That's really good.
That
absolutely. And the whole aspect of money is huge, when it comes to making it. That's Yeah, and there's different definitions of what it means
Yes.
to make it.
Yes,
you
of
know?
course there is.
But
Of
you
course.
do want to provide for your family. You know,
Absolutely.
this is one thing that
Absolutely.
is really at the forefront, even though we don't really say it out loud when we're, you know, in front of a client, for example. But so starting with, for example, you know, a pro bono just to get your name out there, it is one thing. But then knowing your value once, you know, you've done a few of those and you're able to evaluate, okay, what do I need to actually.
Yeah, I think, you know, going a pro bono route is a great way to start, you know, filling out your resume.
Yeah.
It's also a great way because it puts less pressure on you, especially if you're starting. I'm not saying because it's pro bono you're not going to do a good job.
Yeah.
But because it's pro bono and in your mind you're learning, you
That's
are
right.
learning too. So there's a little bit less pressure there to really sort through, okay, what does a business proposal look like? In my case, a proposal to do some work, you know, so you can practice those things,
That's right.
right?
Absolutely.
What does engaging with a client, finding out what is it they really need and what do I need to do to deliver that?
Yeah.
These are all things that you need to practice. It doesn't come, you know, we're not born with this
That's
knowledge,
right.
And school certainly doesn't teach us that.
No.
I was fortunate because I come from a family of entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And it didn't dawn on me. It's funny. You know, I started getting my paycheck in my career from someone else. And then when I started as an entrepreneur, I sort of, you know, my brother reminded me, he said, you know, Alex, you're one of the first people in our family to get a paycheck from someone else. Everyone else has been an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I'm like, you know, I never thought of that.
Wow.
So there must have been something in that too. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, it's still scary. But you know, a big issue for anyone contemplating entrepreneurship is the lack of a steady income. It's huge.
Absolutely.
And it's not because we're thinking about being wealthy, it's about putting, you know, food on the table for
Yeah.
our families, right?
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's about, and especially if you do a piece of work, you're great while you're earning money, but what's going to happen 6 months from now?
Absolutely.
And how do I keep that going,
Going. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I love it. I love it. And the other interesting thing is I used to worry about the future. And it's not that I don't worry about the future, but I used to worry a lot, where's my next gig going to come from?
Yeah.
My next source of income, my next piece of work. And then one day, it was crystal clear. It was like, you know, Alex, the worrying is not helping here.
Yeah.
In fact, it's hindering. It's
Absolutely.
because I'm eroding my self-confidence in the worry. I'm feeling like I'm sort of paralyzed a little bit. The fear is mounting. My creativity is going down.
Yeah.
Like all the things you do need to get work
That's right.
are like down here.
Yeah.
And I realized, actually, this is making it worse. The worrying is not going to get me my next gig.
Nope.
It just isn't.
That's it.
And you know, it's like a switch. It just,
Yeah.
like I said though, I don't want to, you know, convey that I don't worry. I do. But not to the same degree. And I can park it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
That's good.
I can park it and I can say, okay, what can I do
Yes.
to ensure that something's going to happen on the horizon?
That's really good.
And, you know, if you can do that, that's cracking the nut of entrepreneurship.
I love it. I love it. It's so good. So what other advice would you have for a woman that is possibly already, you know, doing fairly well in her business and, you know, who maybe has gotten over that hump as
Okay.
well
Yeah.
of wondering where the next gig is coming from and but they do want to grow their business.
Right.
They do want to get to the next level.
Right. Well, scaling's a big thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of things. I'm actually at that point right now. It's yes, ultimately it's about growing the business, but it's also about what is it I want to do more of
Yes.
versus what is it I want to do less of.
That's right.
And you have to believe that what you want to do more of is what the world needs.
Yes.
And that's where the growth comes in,
Nice.
right? So you gotta, at least the way I think about it, you gotta think about it that way. So, for women who are in that boat, yes, it's about scaling. So for example, one of the things that I've been doing is I've been networking a lot more.
Okay.
And looking to team up
Yes.
with other, primarily women entrepreneurs who are in the same business as I am.
That's right.
And saying, we're in the same business. I bring in this piece, you bring in this piece.
Yes.
So let's talk about how we can combine
That's
forces
right.
and leverage what we have.
Yeah.
I have things, you have things, and bring that out into the world
That's right.
in a different way, right?
Yeah.
So, so there's like tons of benefits with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get, one of the tough things sometimes about being an entrepreneur is it can be quite lonely.
Lonely. Yes. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
if you meet a like-minded person
Mm-hmm.
Who's got energy and you have energy, you can fuel each other.
That's it.
Huge,
Yeah.
right? You have a sense of working together, working on something you both believe in,
Yeah.
or maybe there's 3 of you, 4 of you, whatever. But that's one way that you can kind of bite off something bigger,
That's right.
right?
Totally.
Yeah. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. Working with someone I actually used to work with in government who did the same kind of thing, left government, and is in the same space,
Mm-hmm.
industry space that I'm in. And so we're talking right now. We used to enjoy working with each other, so we know we have that.
That's right.
And we have similar values, we have a similar purpose. And so we're talking about new offerings,
Yeah.
new services that we can put out there.
That's right. I love it.
So that's, there are many, many ways, but that's certainly what I'm up to now, and I highly recommend, because there are times where, you do feel quite lonely. You're like, oh God, here I go,
Yes.
Not easy.
Totally. Yeah. I think strategic partnerships are key.
Absolutely.
To alleviate some of that and also to grow, as you explained. And so that's the purpose behind She Did It as well, to have these women connect, and
Absolutely.
And I mean, some of my network have never heard of you, and it's just my pleasure to be able to make that connection.
Yeah,
That's
opportunities like this are wonderful.
yeah.
We live in a time now where it's not just about credentials.
Yes.
It's about, can I connect with this person?
That's it.
Is this someone that I can work with?
Yeah.
Oh, I like her vibe. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's venues like this that are really great for bringing women together, absolutely. So thank you for this, by the way.
It's my pleasure. I love it. And I could sit there and listen to you, for hours. But maybe we can end by you sharing your definition of success. So what is success for you?
Wow.
What is it?
What is success for me? I mean, it's a little corny, but success for me is, waking up in the morning and being really excited about what it is that you're about to do.
That's right.
Now, having said that, it could be something really boring. I got to do my taxes today.
Yeah.
But the idea is that, okay, I'm not, excited about doing my taxes, but the taxes are about the business that I'm running that I really enjoy. So it helps because that's what gives you the fire
That's right.
to do the stuff you're not crazy about doing.
Yes.
So, you know, so I'd say what's my definition of success is waking up in the morning and being excited about what it is that you're going to do, you know. The money will come, you know, I don't, personally, you know, focusing on the money only, I don't think it's going to get you to success.
So true.
I think what gets you to success is believing in yourself, believing in the message that you want to promote in the world, bringing people together around that, however that looks, and making that happen, and knowing that, you know, approaching life from an abundance mentality, not a scarcity mentality.
Love that.
You know, we're not competing with each other. We're here to make the world a better place. And we have different ways of doing that. There's no one right answer to that. It would be nice if there was, but there isn't. So, I would say that that's kind of that thing is my definition of success.
Love it. I love it. I don't know, for me, it's having these kinds of conversations
Absolutely.
that kind of validate as well, you know, what it is that you sense, right?
Exactly.
And then just having women like you that are successful, that have gone through what you've gone through and is able to, you know, materialize this definition of success is so rich, you know, it's just the wisdom that comes out, and I'm very privileged.
Oh,
Very privileged to have you. And so, Alexandra, give us, you know, some final thoughts and how we can reach you, because I know some people want to know, follow up with you.
And thanks for inviting me. I'm honored. Absolutely honored to be a part of that. So thank you. Thank you. How to reach me? I have a website. So, you know, it's a long one, integralleadershipdesign.com, all one word. So that's one way you can reach me. Email address is my first name, Alexandra.Salamis, Salamis, @simpatico.ca. Probably the website's the best way to read. It's the fastest.
Awesome.
I have such that long name, you know, it goes on forever. Anyway.
All right. Thank you again so much,
Thank you.
Alexandra.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week for another episode. Everyone, I invite you to be with us October 19th to the 20th. Oh, you know what? I forgot to ask you if you're able to be there or not, you know, so I probably shouldn't say, well, of course if I say us, I don't necessarily mean you and me, but anyway. So anyway, do you know if you're able to attend the event?
Which event?
Don't worry, we'll get that.
Yeah.